how much do you think the global banking crisis, to bring this right up to date, which is widely seen as an American export, has diminished America's position as an economic or any other kind of model for the world?
I think it has diminished it, and the problem here is that it has added to what the Iraq War has done. I think the Iraq War has diminished America's moral authority as well as actually weakened us militarily. And now this particular crisis puts to question what it is we're doing and how is it possible that something that happens in our mortgage markets has had the ripple effect of kind of destroying or undermining a large part of the international global economic system. So I think that it does undermine our position, and the question will be, frankly, the extent to which the next president not only deals with the crisis domestically, but also is a part of an international solution in terms of rebuilding international economic financial structures and the attitude, So I believe in the special aspect of the U.S., but not necessarily bullying everybody around, but being a partner.
Are there any new international economic structures that you recommend?
Well, I think it's very much worth looking at how to renew some of the Bretton Woods institutions. Even before all this happened, there were questions about what the role of the World Bank was supposed to be because there was so much private money around to support development projects, or what the role of the International Monetary Fund. So I think that their specific roles need to be looked at. I think we might want to rethink the G8 concept by adding additional countries to it that are the ones that represent new powers, Brazil, India, and to relook at things in that regard.
A commenter on our webpage says, I wonder how the economic collapse has affected the perception. American politics hasn't been something to aspire to in a decade, and now American-style capitalism is crumbling. What's exceptional these days? And I would add to that question, it seems like Europe, not the U.S., led the way on the nature of the bailout. Public equity in the banks and widespread loan guarantees, and Treasury Secretary Paulson got dragged along. Again, I wonder with what implications for U.S. leadership.
Well, I think that Secretary Paulson, tried a number of different things, and he obviously has issues in terms of the way that our the executive-legislative relationship works on this. I think also that the Europeans, especially Prime Minister Gordon Brown, who's been thinking about all these things for some time, has been a leader. But ultimately, I do think that the U.S. is going to have to work with partners as part of the solution. And I'm not ready to bury capitalism. I do think that the free market system is important, and the combination of markets along with government intervention that tries to mitigate some of the worst aspects of capitalism and allows for there to be a way that the social contract really works.